Hello students, welcome you once again to GK's Applied Maths classes. Okay, this is another video where I'm going to discuss the 7th chapter in your CBSE handbook called Financial Mathematics. Okay, under that I'm going to talk about sinking fund. In my previous video, I have explained the complete detail about sinking fund, and I also derived the formula for you under various situations, what type of formulas to be used, and I have solved all the problems from CBSE handbook also. In this video, I will not be going into detail of explanation. Instead, what I will do, I will put the link of my previous video in this, so that you can always click on that link to understand what sinking fund is. Today what I am going to do is I am going to solve all problems from ML Agarwal based on sinking fund, that is exercise 12.2. Okay, shall we get started? Before that, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also to click the bell icon to get notifications on all videos that I post. Okay, I hope all these videos are very useful to you. Okay, now let's continue. Now, what is sinking fund? Quickly, I'll go through the definition. Sinking fund is the money I deposit every month or every year over a period of time, where I accumulate this money so that I use this money for my future obligation. For example, every month I put 1000 rupees. After 3 years, the money gets accumulated. I will not be using that money for anything, but I will be using it for paying fees for my child. So if I have that in my mind, that I am accumulating this money for my future, for that particular purpose, then that accumulation of money, that process is called sinking fund. Okay. For example, you can even replace your machinery in your company. So you accumulate certain amount of money from your profit every month over a period of time, so that you can use that money to modify your business. Okay. Now here, unlike perpetuity, the number of term is finite. Okay. Whereas in perpetuity, the number of term is infinite. Okay. Now, if you make this payment at the end of every period, after end of 1 month, after end of 1 year, if it is like that at the end, then the amount of future value is given by this formula. And how I got this formula, I already discussed it. Suppose if I make this periodic payment R, this is for the end. Okay, if you make the payment at the end of the period. Suppose we make the periodic payment R when? At the beginning. Then the formula for amount will be R into 1 plus I power n plus 1 minus 1, n plus 1 minus 1 by I minus 1. So just remember these formulas. Okay, how I got this and what is the detail, as I said, I keep repeating this. It's already there in the previous video. Link will be posted. Please click on it and go through it. Okay. Now let's do the first question that is there in your ML Agarwal, exercise 12.2. Now let's underline whatever I want. Okay, a company establishes a sinking fund, to provide for payment of rupees 2,50,000. You have a debt of 2,50,000. I have to repay that. How do I repay? Not take 2,50,000 all of a sudden and go and pay. No, I accumulate that money over a period of time. How do I accumulate that money? For 4 years. I save a certain amount of money for 4 years. Okay. When do I accumulate that money? At the end of each year. Okay. Today I borrow the money. From next year I start accumulate the money for how much time? For 4 years. Okay. And what is the interest I have to pay? I have to pay 18% per annum. So the amount is given to you, which is 2,50,000. Your interest is 18%, so it is 18 by 100, which is 0.18. And your number of years is 4. Since the payment is made at the end of each year, what is my formula? Amount equal to R into 1 plus I power n minus 1 by I. So what is the amount? 2,50,000 equal to R into 1.18 power 4 minus 1 by 0.18. Super. Now cross multiply. Just to save time, I have already done the calculation. So 2,50,000 into 0.18 is 45,000 equal to R into, already 1.18 power 4 is given as 1.939. So what do you get? R equal to 4,50,000 divided by 0.39. If you click that video where I have talked about division hack, okay, I have discussed the same problem. So you can even do this without using logarithm. Okay, you check that part, okay. But the procedure is to use logarithm. Now how do I use logarithm? Log R equal to log of 45,000 minus log of 0.939. Now it's a 5 places number, so the characteristic will be 4. Okay, and what is log of 45,000? 6532 minus, since it is 0.9, my characteristic is bar 1, and you look at log of 939. How do I look at 939? 9727. Now here in logarithm you have to look only at 45 because other elements are 0. Now if you subtract them, okay, you will get 4.6705. Maybe I'll just explain once again the subtraction part because it's a bar involved. 4.6532 minus bar 1.9727. From next problem I'll take it for granted, okay. This is 5, 0, then it is 5, 1, 5, right? 6532. So it is 5, 0. Here I borrow. It will be 8. I think it is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 8. And you borrow 1 from here. When you borrow 1 from here, it becomes 15. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it is 6. This will be 3. 3 minus of bar 1. 3 minus of bar 1 is 4. So I think it is 4805. Okay. Now take the anti-log. Okay, the anti-log R equal to anti-log of 4.6805. When you take the anti-log of 48, you will take anti-log of 6805. When you take anti-log of 6805, I am getting approximately 4682. Since it is 4 point, it should be 0. It should be a 5-digit number. Here there is a small problem maybe there in the anti-log. Right now I am not able to refer. There will be problem because I made the calculation as 6705. Okay, I hope everything is correct. 6502, it's 5 0. Yeah, I think I made a mistake there. So you please correct it. But this is the process. You look at anti-log of 6805, you will get the answer. Okay. And I add a 0 here because it's a 4 point, so it should be a 5-digit number. Okay. Let's go to the next question. A person set up a sinking fund, underline sinking fund, so that he can accumulate. How much he wants to accumulate? He wants to accumulate 1 lakh rupees. For how long he wants to accumulate? For 10 years. For his children's higher education. How much amount should he deposit every 6 months at 5% interest when per annum, semi-annually? Okay. Now, amount is 1 lakh and the number of years is 10. Since it is semi-annually, you multiply it by 2, so it is 20. The interest is 5 by 200, which is 0.25. 0.025. He has not mentioned anything about end or beginning. So if it is not mentioned, by default we take it as end. Okay. Now what happens here? Amount equal to R into 1 plus I power n minus 1 by I. Always write the formula. This is 1 lakh equal to R into 1.025 whole power 20 minus 1 by 0.025. Cross multiply. When you cross multiply, I already done the calculation. So what is the calculation? It is around 2500. That's easy multiplication. R into, already this value is given. What is that? 1.637 minus 1. So what is R equal to? 2500 divided by 0.637. You can do the shortcut method or use logarithm. I prefer to use logarithm. Log R equal to log of 2500 minus log of 0.637. Now what is log of 2500? Log of 2500 is 3.3979 minus, what is log of 637? Bar 1 point, it will be 8041. Okay. Now you make the subtraction. 3.3979 bar 1.8041. So it is 8, 3, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, that is 5. It will be 2 here, 2. 2 minus of minus 1 will be 3. So it becomes 3.5938. This is log R. So what is R equal to? Anti-log of 3.5938. Now look at the anti-log of 5938. The anti-log of 5938 is 3924. Since it is 3, it has to be 4 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is your R. So every month you have to pay 3,924 for how long? For 10 years, semi-annually. That means 20 times you have to pay, so that you get 1 lakh rupees to repay for your children's higher education. I hope this is clear. Let's go to the next question. A firm anticipated a capital expenditure of rupees 50,000, okay, rupees 50,000 for a new equipment in 5 years. How much should we deposit quarterly in a sinking fund at 12% per annum, compounded semi-annually? Okay, compounded semi-annually. So amount is given as what? 50,000. Amount is 50,000. What is the interest rate? It is quarterly, right? So 12 by 400. So it will be 0.03 and n will be 5 into 4, that is 20. Now here also he has not mentioned whether it is at the end or beginning. So by default we take it at the end. Okay. So amount equal to R into 1 plus I power n minus 1 by I. So what is the amount here? The amount is 50,000 equal to R into 1.03 whole power 20 minus 1 divided by 0.03. Now as usual we do the calculation. So what is the calculation here? Divided by 4. So it will be, if you cross multiply, it comes up to 1500 equal to R into 1.03 per 20, it's given us 1.803 minus 1. So R is 1500 by 0.803. Once again, you know the same process. I keep repeating this process so that it goes and stays in your head. Okay. Calculation is the basis for getting good marks in applied mathematics. 0.803. Now, what will be the characteristic? 3 point. What is log of 15? I think I'm getting 1761 minus bar 1 point. What is 803? 9047. Now, if you subtract this, I get 3.1761 bar 1.9047. What do you get? This is 4, 1, 7, 10, 11, 12. It's 2 minus of minus 1 is 3. So it is 2714. 3 point. This is log R. Now what is R equal to? Anti-log of 3.2714. Now what is anti-log of? Look at anti-log of 2714. Anti-log of 2714 is 1868. Since the characteristic is 3, it has to be 4 decimal places. So your R is this. So every month, every quarterly, I have to pay 1,868 for 5 years at 12% interest, so that I get 50,000 rupees to buy that new equipment. Is it clear? I think it's very, very simple. The storyline is different, but the mathematics is the same. Let's go to the next question. A machine cost a company rupees 5,25,000, and its effective estimated life is only for 20 years. After 20 years, I have to change the machine. The sinking fund is created. How are you creating the fund? By replacing it at the end of its lifetime, not this end, at the end of lifetime, when its scrap value, this is the scrap value, important scrap value is 25,000. Calculate what amount should be provided every year out of profit for the sinking fund to accumulate an interest of 5% per annum. Only this underlined data you should see, nothing else. Other stories are not at all important for me. Now, what is my amount? My amount here, it's not 5,25,000, but I also have to subtract the scrap value, because at the end of 20 years, by selling my old machine, I will be having 25,000 in my hand. But my new machine cost how much? 2,25,000. For 5,25,000. I already have 25,000, so I don't need 5,25,000. All that I need is only, how much I need? I need only 5 lakhs. Correct? Okay, now what is the interest rate? 5%. 5% is what? 0.05. And what is the number of years? 20. Correct? Now, what is the formula? Amount equal to R into 1 plus I power n minus 1 divided by I. Simple. What is this? 50,000 for 5 lakhs equal to R into, what is 1 plus I? 1.05 to the power 20 minus 1 divided by 0.05. Now you cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you get 25,000 equal to R into 1.05 to the power of 20 is 2.6533. 2.6533. So if I make the subtraction, what do you get? 25,000 divided by 1.6533 equal to R. Now as usual, go back to logarithm. So log of 25,000 minus log of 1.6533. Now what is log of 25,000? I have already done the calculations. 4.3979 minus 0. It's one decimal place. 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. So 0.3979. Look at the log of 1653. Ignore this 3. 165. You have to look only at log of 1653. Okay. What is log of 1653? I think I am getting 2183. 2183. Now I am going to subtract this. 4.3979 minus 0.2183. What do you get? 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 9. And then 8 minus 1, 7. 4.1796. This is 4.1796. So R equal to anti-log of. So look at anti-log of 1496. Anti-log of 1496, I am getting 1512. Since the characteristic is 4, it has to be a 5-digit number. How do you make it a 5-digit number? Add 0. So this is my R. Very easy. You see, there is no, every problem is almost same. Only thing is you need to have the patience to do the calculations carefully. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. A machine being used by a company is estimated to have a life of 15 years. At that time, a new machine would cost how much? 75,000. The new machine cost only 75,000. And the scrap of this original machine is this. Okay. Scrap of the original machine, I think original machine is this. Okay. What sum of money should be retained by the company at the end of every year to accumulate 6% per annum? So only these data, just take the data. It's exactly the previous question. So what is my amount? It is definitely not 75,000. I need to subtract my scrap value also. Why do I subtract the scrap value? You know it, because I already have 9,600, but my machine cost is 75,000. So I don't have to put 75,000. I already have this much money from the old machine. So if you subtract this, you get 65,400. I get 65,400, and my interest rate is 6 by 100, which is 0.06, and number of years is 15. Now take all these data and substitute. So amount equal to R into 1 plus I power n minus 1 divided by I. Correct? Now what is A? 65,400 equal to R into 1.06 whole power 15 minus 1 by 0.06. Now the calculation, just cross multiply. I think if you cross multiply, you get 3924. Okay, you get 3924. If there is any mistake, please make the necessary correction. I don't think it's wrong. And what is 1.06 per 15? It is 2.396 minus 1. Therefore, R equal to 3924 divided by 1.396. Now, as usual, go to our famous log. Log R equal to log of 3924 minus log of 1.396. Okay. Now, what is log of 3924? Characteristic will be 3 and log will be 5937 minus, here it is 1 point, so characteristic must be 0. Look at 1396. When 1396, log will be 1449. 1449. Now do the subtraction. 3.5937 minus 0.1449. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This is 8. What about this one? This is again 8. 8 minus this is 4, 4, 3 point. So it is 3.4488. Normal subtraction. R log R equal to. So what is R equal to? Anti-log of 3.4488. Now look at only 4488. 4488 is 2810. Since it's a 3-digit number, it should be 4 decimal places. Therefore, R is 280. Characteristic is 3, so it has to be a 4-digit number. Very simple, isn't it? Now let's go to the next question. What is this problem? A company set aside a sum of rupees 1 lakh, set aside a sum of rupees 1000, sum of rupees 1000 at the end of each year for 10 years. It would amount to a balance sufficient to replace the machinery. Assume that the cost of machinery remains constant at the end of 10 years and that the money is 5% per annum compound annually. Find the cost of the machinery. Find the cost of the machinery. This is a reverse. Now here, every month or every end of every period, I pay 1000. So A is not given, but here R is given. R is 1000. And what is my interest? 5 by 100, which is 0.05. Okay. And now finally, what is my number of years? Number of years is 10. Now I need to do the calculation. What is amount equal to? R into 1 plus I power n minus 1 divided by I. Now what is amount? Amount equal to, what is R? R is 1, 2, 3 into 1.05 to the power of 10 minus 1 divided by 0.05. Correct? Now what do? You can do the calculations here. This is multiply by 100 and divide by 100, so it becomes 5. 1.05 power 10 is 1.629 minus 1. 1.629 minus 1. So if you divide this and multiply, you get, this is actually 20, so it is 20,000 into 0.629. There is no great logarithm required, just multiply it by 2 and adjust the answer. So what do you get? 12580. Okay, I hope my multiplication is right. It was like 18145. Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so see, this is simple, but it is different from all the previous 5 questions. In what way it is different? It is different because there in previous 5 questions amount is given, you are expected to find R. In this problem, what has happened? R is given, you are expected to find A. Okay. Now, I think we have reached the end. Actually, there's one more question. I wanted to discuss it, but it is actually, you can refer to example. No, there is no need. I think that's it. With that, we come to the end. I hope this, I have covered almost all the questions. I have done all the 6 questions from ML Agarwal. Okay. And I have already done all the questions from handbook. Okay. I hope it will be useful to you. Okay. Next video, I will be doing problems on EMI. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can always comment in the comment section. And I have also given you my WhatsApp group. Okay, you can join there and clarify your doubt in case you have any doubt. And I also request you to subscribe to my channel and to press the bell icon so that you get all notifications. Okay, have a nice day. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.